Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button now. It'll take you 1 second and thank you very much for doing that. Okay, today we're going to create a couple of lists. First list is names, so I'm going to say something like Dave, Pete, Paul and Joe. Okay, so that's our first list, our names list, and now we're going to create a numbers list. So that's going to be equal to something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's our numbers list. Right, now we're going to create some functions. So the first function is going to be run list. So we're going to loop through this. I'm going to print out the index and the name. So let's have a look. So the first one is run list. Okay, so for this I'm going to say for index name. So for each name I'm going to do the names list first. For index a name in enumerate, and I'm going to put names in there, so it's this list that we'll be going through, and we're going to print the index and we're going to print the name as well, as you will see in a second. So first of all, print index and we're going to print name. Okay, so that's the first one for that. Now we're going to create another function, define run numbers. So we're going to run these numbers here. So right, again we're going to say for, and this time I'm going to say I. So you can use anything. I'm going to say I for index, okay, and num for number in enumerate. Okay, and then we're going to type in numbers here because this is the numbers list that we want to loop through. And then of course I'm going to print I, which refers to the index, and then of course the number. So we see the index and then the number. And now what we're going to do is we're going to extend the list. So I'm going to create a function called extend lists. Right, and we're going to print out some information so the user knows what's going on. We're going to do extending names list by adding numbers. So we're going to extend names list by adding numbers. So we're going to add the numbers list onto the names list to extend it. Adding numbers list. Okay, and we're going to hit new line there. Okay, so now we go to the names dot and we use extend here. Okay, and we're going to add the numbers list on it to extend it and add the numbers list onto the end. So that's numbers. Okay, and then we're going to print out a little message so the user knows what's going on, saying we're going to say list extended. Okay, and we will print out the new list. So print names. Okay, right, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little bit of flow control. So we're going to run these programs. I'm going to call it, let's create another function called run. I'm just going to call it flow control. So we're going to be controlling the flow of the programs here, which program executes first. Okay, so I want to execute run list first, so I'm going to execute that program first, and then secondly let's have a look. what I'm going to do here is I'm going to import the time module, because I want a little bit of a delay between execution of these programs. So I'm going to import time. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the time module, and it's going to be time.sleep. Okay, I'm going to give it 1 second, so it'll give us a 1 second pause, and then we're going to do run numbers. Okay, so that's run numbers, and then we're going to do another time.sleep, I think. So time.sleep, and then we're going to run the last one, which is, what's it called, extend lists. Okay, and then to start it off, we're going to call this function here flow control. So that's going to be flow control. Okay, there we go. So all I have to do now is just save that. In fact, I'll just knock that up a little bit like that so we can kind of fit it all in so you can see. So that's the flow control, and this will call this here, this function, and then it should run list. It should run this function first here, and then it's going to say time.sleep. So we're going to have a 1 second pause there, and then it's going to go on to run numbers, which is this function here, and then we're going to have a pause again. Whoops, I didn't put the 1 in there. We're going to have a pause for 1 second, so it's going to be time.sleep for 1 second, and then after that it's going to run extend lists, which is this program here. So let's just save that, and let's run it, shall we? So let's hit run module. Okay, there we go. Wahey! There you go. Bob's your uncle and Fanny is your auntie. So we've got the index here, and we've got the names that were in the lists. Again, we've got the index here. Let me just show you that. For the numbers, the index and then the number. Whoops, where's that gone now? Okay, so it's run the index and the number, and then it's printed out extend the names list by adding the numbers list, which is here, and then we've extended the list. So basically we've added the numbers list onto the names list. So there you go, Bob's your uncle and Fanny is your auntie. I hope you enjoyed that, and remember, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below. It'll take you 1 second. I'm very grateful for you doing that now. Okay, I'll catch you in another video. Bye-bye.